Hello, it's that time again when we get to tell you all about the wonderful and inspirational events and people from Lincolnshire in episode 15 of the Links Lives Natters podcast. Today's guest is here to tell us about a very special event happening on Sunday, the 17th of December. Um, what can I say about the event? I'm going to leave it up to our guest, who today is here on behalf of the Rotary Club of Lincoln Colonia. Hello, and welcome to Douglas Scott, and welcome to the Links Live podcast. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Hello, nice to be here.
Good, good. That's really good. Can you explain to everybody what's happening and why we're so excited for Sunday, the 17th of December?
Okay, so on Sunday, the 17th of December, which of course is 1 week away from Christmas,
1 week
we
away, Doug.
just 1 week. Yes, yeah. What's happened to the year? Um, we're running the 18th Lincoln Santa Fun Run and Walk, so you don't have to run, you can walk. And we will see again up to 2,000 Santas dressed in red and white running around the historic uphill Lincoln. We've run every year for 18 years, so that's since 2005. Even in lockdown year, we did a virtual run where people ran in the gardens and the parks. So we've run continuously for 18 years now. And it makes it the second, I think, the second longest running city Santa Fun Run in the UK.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. What makes this run different to all the other events? Because I know there is other Santa dashes around the country and
There,
stuff. What
there
what
are.
makes this so
Do,
different?
do you know what makes this really special? Is
I
the
think I know.
it's the it's the backdrop, because it's we start off in Castle Square beneath the Lincoln Castle, and we end up by Lincoln Cathedral in Minster Yard, and we're running through historic uphill Lincoln and Bailgate. So it really makes it quite special. A lot of the other Santa runs are in parks and fields and things like that. So that's one of the things that makes it special. The other thing is that it is a fundraising event, but it's also a big community event, and it's become quite well established in the city calendar now, the festive calendar. We have the civic party and the mayor come and start it off every year, and so
Yeah,
it's
yeah, because
become quite for many people it's quite a tradition, and we have people from all over the country really who
all over
come
the
every year.
country.
Absolutely, yeah. It's nice because it's the week before Christmas as well. A lot of people are coming back to Lincoln, to stay with family. We've even got some people coming from New Zealand this year to join their family, and they're
I
joining.
was going to ask, when you said you've got people coming from all over the country,
Yep.
so it's actually an international event if they're coming from New
Well, yes,
Zealand
it
as
is. Yeah,
well.
yeah. I don't know how often we get people from overseas, but it's a lot of it ties into family reunions, and a lot of students are coming back from university or college, and they'll join in with their family, and a lot of families are getting
Oh,
together. So it's a
brilliant.
lovely atmosphere.
Yeah, I guess in some ways, for people who've never been to Lincoln before and they're in your Santa run, they're getting a bit of a history tour as well and a bit of a sightseeing tour because they're running around some of the most historical sort of landmarks in
Yep.
Lincoln. So they're
Yep.
having a bit of a historical tour as well as, when they're doing either their running or they're
Yep.
walking around Lincoln.
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
And
yes.
and you mentioned there's some special guests on the start line as well.
Yes. So each year we are delighted to have the Mayor of Lincoln starts the run, but this year in addition we've got two celebrities joining us. We have Captain Hook and Tinkerbell from the Lincoln Drill Hall pantomime are coming to give everyone a bit of a swashbuckling and daring cheer off as they set off round the run.
Oh, what a brilliant thing to see. So that will make it more magical as well, because like you say, it's a Christmas thing,
Yeah.
and having sort of the mayor there and Tinkerbell and also Captain Hook, it will be such a magical experience for people starting off, having sort of like the pantomime characters and stuff from, because they're actually from the Lincoln Drill Hall, aren't they?
Yes, yes, they are. Yes, I was going to say, oh, yes, they are, but I thought I shouldn't say that one.
I imagine it takes a big team to get this event organized, and there's quite a lot involved in this.
Yes, yeah. So we start organizing it, and believe it or not, in January. So as soon as we finished the one, we have to start organizing the next one because we have to, um, you know, book the route, get all the safety agreements in place, and all that sort of thing, get all the traffic restrictions put in place. So there's a lot to do because it's actually in a public space. Yeah, and things like booking first aid services and all that sort of thing. So we start doing all that early. We then um, look for sponsors to help us run it, and we're delighted. We've got 6 wonderful local sponsors this year. And this year we also have 16 charities that are our partner charities that will be raising funds.
Yeah, do you want to tell our listeners about the charity
Yes,
partners and who's
yes,
coming and that sort of thing?
yeah, yes. Of course I will. Well, perhaps I could start just by mentioning our corporate sponsors because obviously we can't run it without them. So we've got the City of Lincoln Council helping us this year, Streets Accountants, Rand Farm Park, FFN Lincoln, Tax Assist Accountants, the White Hart Hotel, Walkers, and Right Viger, the chartered
So some
accountants.
right big companies there.
Yeah, yeah, we're delighted to have that. And
You sound it, Doug, actually. You sound really quite positive and happy with those sponsors that were like, yes,
yeah,
you sound really excited.
yes, yeah. Well, we obviously we without the sponsors we couldn't run it. It would be very hard to do this. So we are like, and it's nice to have people like the City Council and Rand Farm and Walkers and Streets and the White Hart and all these well-known names. It's great to have them
Yeah, because
involved
some
in
of
this.
them are quite different. Obviously, you're talking from the
Yeah,
council, and then you go from Rat to Ram Farm Park to Walkers. So it's quite a diverse range of
yes, yeah,
sponsors there.
yeah. But they're all important organisations in Lincoln. So
This Links Lives Natters podcast is brought to you in association with A Guilty Secret, the brilliant new psychological thriller from best-selling Lincolnshire author Philippa East, creator of Little White Lies, Safe and Sound, and I'll Never Tell. It was only meant to be a game. At exclusive boarding school St Michael's, Carrie and her friends are used to getting away with anything, until one night their recklessness goes dangerously too far. They swore to keep what happened a secret. They swore to protect one another. But 16 years on, someone is about to break that promise, because you can't keep a guilty secret forever. Gripping and twisty, A Guilty Secret releases on the 18th of January 2024 and is available to pre-order via Amazon, Waterstones, and your favourite independent bookshops now. Don't miss out. Discover Philippa East's brilliant psychological thrillers today.
That leads us on nicely to say we start to talk about it just now, the charity partners.
charities, yeah. So this year we have we slightly changed the way we work so that we're focusing on the corporate sponsorship and if you like selling the places and the allocate and we're leaving the charity partners to do all the sort of sponsorship fundraising by individuals. So they're all putting in big teams. So we've got United Lincolnshire Hospitals Charity. They're one of them, and it's quite special for them because it's their 75th anniversary of the NHS, of course. So they're hoping that all their runners will raise at least £75. It's a nice little twist. We've got
Oh, yeah, that would be
yeah,
great.
Links and Knots Air Ambulance, Leap, Marie Curie Lincoln branch, Cash for Kids, St Barnabas Hospice, Lives, the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund, Edison's Light, Umbrellas, Lincoln City Foundation, Sophie's Journey, the YMCA, Lindsay Age UK, Edan Links, the domestic abuse charity, and the Rotary Foundation, which is one of our charities that is involved in eradicating polio worldwide. So a good choice so people joining the run can choose any of those charities to support and join their teams, but they can also support their own charity as well. We can, there are people who do their own thing as well. But
Yeah, what an amazing lineup of charities to have at this event.
and they'll all, hopefully they'll all be putting in their teams, and should be lots of good shout outs and colours
Yeah,
and
because
things going
that's
on.
also, I suppose, with you doing this, it's a good way to get some of the littler charities, shall we say,
Yeah,
in Lincoln. It
yeah,
gives them a presence on the day to say, hey, we're here, by
yeah.
you allowing them to become one of the charities for the Santa Fun Run.
Yes, yeah, yeah. We've got, and some of them are, they're quite small charities, but really amazing. What they do is some. I ask people to go on the website and have a look and follow the links to some of those charities. So
Yeah, because one of
really
them
worthwhile.
you actually mentioned is a lady that I've actually interviewed before, which was Laura from Edison's Light.
Oh yes,
and it's quite a new charity. What they do with Edison's Light is amazing. You know what this lady. I won't say too much because we want people to go and support the charities, and we also want them to go and look at their websites and things like that. So
yeah.
I'll put some links onto all the charities that you guys are allowing to have a presence at the Santa Fun Run. So how can people get involved on the day?
Yeah, we have 2,000 places where well over half of those have now been allocated. But so to get a ticket, you go to www.lincolnsantafunrun.co.uk. Very easy, and just follow the instructions on the website. We are very grateful in having that. We've got a limited number of donated places. So if there are some families out there who, because of the difficult times financially some families find themselves in this year, contact us and we can probably help you with the donated family places.
Yeah, there again, Doug, we'll put all the details for
Great
that
stuff.
on our social media channels, and we make sure that we get that out there for you as well, that there will be some funded places for if somebody wants to come along, a family, that they can enter. So what sort of abilities are needed to enter? So you say you can run, you can walk.
Yeah, exactly. You can run, you can walk. We will have people with push chairs and wheelchairs and walking, running, all abilities. So it's not a serious time managed run. It's a fun run. It's a family run. We also uniquely have dogs. People are allowed to bring the dogs. Yes, we have about 55 dogs running this year. So as long as you look after the dog and do the necessary maintenance with the dog, then you can bring the dog.
I feel a new charity partner coming in there, Doug.
Yeah, but the dog have to have a well-behaved owner, obviously, that comes with the dog. So
obviously, they're going to be well-behaved dogs and things like that.
So yes, and the route. I mean, the route it's either 2K, which is one lap, or 4. So you can choose when you're signing up how far you want to go. So, if you've just got a young family, you might only want to run the one lap, which is 2 kilometers, which is just over a mile.
It's more about it getting involved, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Rather than taking it as a serious run. It's about families going, individuals going. Where do you know where sort of the majority of the people are signing up to sort of just to get out of the house sort of thing as a fun run?
I think there's a mixture. There are families that we know that do it every year. There are teams that do it every year. There are quite a lot of teams, and we do encourage people to put teams together. We've got a preschool putting a team together to raise funds. We've got a pub that does it every year in Lincoln. They put a big team together, and most of those charities will be bringing in teams. So that's lovely because they
I do know there is a Slimming World.
There is
team going to that one as well, and I will be supporting the girls and the guy on the day as well. So I know they've got a team there, Doug.
The other interesting thing we have this year, we started this last year, is that in Castle Square, where we start, we have a food bank donation point, and this year Yes, we're supporting the Lincoln Community Larder, which is one of the well-established Lincolnshire food banks. Last year it was 80s Legacy Food Bank. So we're asking everyone who comes, whether you're running, walking, or just cheering on, bring an item of food for the food bank. So a small amount from many people will mean a great deal.
Yeah, when you say you want people to donate items to the food bank, do they have to be tins, or is there certain foods they can't bring?
If you look at our website, there is a link to the Lincoln Community Larders website with a list of the things that they most need. But generally, as long as it's non-perishable, in date, foods, then they'll be able to use it. There's always a risk that we end up with 2,000 tins of beans, but I don't think that will happen. So.
I was going to say 2,000 tins of beans. I think some people these days are so grateful, for even just a tin of beans, Doug, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just something. So
it was something we started doing last year, and it fitted in with the ethos of the day and the event so well, and it was so well received that we got to carry on doing this. So.
Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Doug, it's been an absolute pleasure. Where can people, if we just recap for people, where can people find more information?
The website is www.lincolnsantafunrun, or one word, .co.uk, and go there. You can find all about the sponsors, the charities, the route, and how to sign up. And please come along on the 17th of December at 11 o'clock and see our 30-foot high Santa.
Oh, a 30-foot high Santa.
Yeah, it's quite big. Yeah.
You keep dropping these little surprises on me, Doug, just as I think I'm...
Oh, we've got all sorts of little things, surprises that come along.
Don't give too many away.
No,
we want people to go along, don't we?
Yep.
It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, Doug. Like I said, all details and the event and charity partners, everything you need to know about the Santa Fun Run will be all on our social media channels. Doug, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good day.
Faulty boiler leaving you brainless. Radiator making you feel cold and lifeless. Leaky tap making you feel like a... Then call J&S Plumbing and Heating. Your local, your friendly, reliable plumbing and heating engineer. We offer comprehensive solutions for all your plumbing, gas and heating issues. We are here to bring you and your plumbing back to life. So call J&S Plumbing and Heating when you're feeling a little grave. Hello?
Well, this brings us to the end of this episode. My thanks to Doug Scott from Lincoln Colonia Rotary Club for joining us and nattering, as we like to say. All the details of the Santa Fun Run will be available on our social media channels. Also, thanks to my technical team for doing all the technical bits. If you enjoy our show, please subscribe to our podcast, which is available on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple and Google Podcast. And be sure to come back next week for more interesting interviews from the heart of Lincolnshire. Until then, this is Shelley signing off for now. We'll see you soon.